Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the fifth quest of Act 7.4 and in this video I will be taking down the Paradox special path. So on this path, Paradox charges are involved and we gain Paradox charges when either of the defender or us launch a special attack. And we lose a Paradox charge whenever we launch a special attack. So this description is actually a bit confusing because what happens is that when we launch a special attack, then we gain a paradox charge and then instantly we also lose a paradox charge. So whenever we are launching a special attack, our paradox count essentially remains the same. So the only way our paradox charges get increased are whenever the defender launches their special attack, and from there no matter what happens, we won't be able to lose our paradox charges. And so the main theme on this path is that whenever we have less than 3 paradox charges, then the defender will be passively unstoppable. So we need champions that can counter these unstoppable effects like Shang-Chi, She-Hulk, because these champions have access to slow debuff. And apart from that, there is this limber node as well, which makes it very hard to get in a rhythm at the start of the fight, and so the champions that have access to the slow debuff on their special attacks won't be a very good option for this path because it's really hard to reach to your special attack because of the limber and passive unstoppable at the start. Champions like Shang-Chi, She-Hulk, and some other champions like Red Guardian, Spider-Gwen that have quick access to the slow debuff are good options. But yeah, this path is actually quite brutal and probably the path in which I used the most items. Instead of using champions with slow debuffs, you can also go the route of using champions that can have stun chains like Ronan, Hercules on his special tools, because the paradox charges also increase debuff duration by 30%. So if you are going for choosing this path with someone like Ronan or Hercules, then what you need to do is that whenever you are performing your parries at the start of the fight, you have to be extremely careful and sneak in 2 medium hits and build your power and also build up the defender's power and evade their special attacks. And in this way, you by slow playing, you have to build at least 3 paradox charges, and once you have these 3 paradox charges, then the limber node won't be as effective and you will be able to just stun chain the defenders. But I didn't go that route and I actually brought champions with access to the slow debuff. I actually tried using Ronan on this path, but the setup for me was quite difficult, so I gave up on it. But I probably should have given it another go because this path without choosing the path with a Ronan is extremely difficult because there will be some really hard defenders as well. I mean, Dragon Man at the start is also a very hard defender to face. But if you are a good She-Hulk player, then this path will be quite easy for you. Once you have built up a few of those paradox charges, then the slow debuffs will also last very long, so you don't have to be very aggressive on keeping up those slow debuffs. But yeah, I was just unable to manage the spacing properly with She-Hulk, and she is already down. Now I have decided to go in with Nick Fury and see if I can get some damage going. But yeah, with the Limber node and the passive unstoppable ability, it's just so hard to get going. Like I said before, the setup for Ronan and Hercules will also be extremely hard just because of the Limber node. But yeah, I only had Ronan as an option, which I tried and didn't work that well for me, so I gave up on it. But if you have Hercules, which I do not have, you can also try building up these paradox debuffs on the rocket fight, because the Dragon Man fight is going to be extremely brutal because Dragon Man gets a lot of power gain. So at this point I have realized that this path is going to be extremely costly for me. So I have decided to put on all the boosts that I have, and I'm also putting on the skill boosts because I will be mainly using Shang-Chi. Another problem that you have to kind of face on this path is that there is no way that you can get rid of your paradox charges, so if the fight gets dragged on for too long, then you will also get the paradox detonation. The only way we can lose paradox charges is by launching our special attack, but it also grants us an additional paradox charge, so essentially our paradox count remains the same. And whenever the defenders use their special attacks, then our paradox charges keep on increasing. Yeah, next up is this Vision, and this version of Vision is also extremely annoying because of the passive power that he gains in his cycles. It's quite hard to predict, and if it happens at the wrong time, then it can really mess you up. And just for me, it happened at the wrong time. I wanted to bait out his special attack, but there was no space available, and he just got his power, and he's now at 3 bars of power. And it's extremely fortunate that I am able to survive on for that much long, and I was able to put in that much damage. But yeah, the fight is not over, and my luck was over as well. This path is extremely brutal. And thankfully this vision is down as well. And next up is Doctor Strange. That was a much better fight. I was able to clear it without using any items. And next up we have this Longshot. So this Longshot is going to be extremely annoying because this Longshot deals a lot of incinerate damage if we take him to his special tools. So the fight is obviously going to drag out for quite a long time because they will be trying to bait out his special ones. And another thing about Longshot which I didn't know was that he's also able to steal the unblockable buff as well, so I got hit on that. And on that occasion I had no option than to push this Longshot to his special 3, and the fight is over. So I'm going to revive Shang-Chi again. And thankfully Longshot is down as well. this fight I couldn't use Shang-Chi because Shang-Chi wouldn't be able to place this slow debuffs on Old Man Logan because of class disadvantage. So I had to revive She-Hulk. And now at this point I already have 10 paradox charges and there is no way that I can get rid of these paradox charges. So I'm pretty much guaranteed to take the burst damage from paradox detonation. And She-Hulk goes down. So yes, I need to revive She-Hulk again. My She-Hulk is also only rank 1, so she's quite squishy, and if I make a mistake, it's most likely going to be a lethal one. But yeah, for me, playing She-Hulk is quite stressful because you have to keep up the furies to keep going the damage. are launching your special attacks, because Cosmic Ghost Rider's special tools inflict a lot of armor breaks, and those armor breaks, if they are not of the last judgment on Cosmic Ghost Rider, then they will provide the Killmonger with lots of power. So just keep that in mind. If you want the safe route and easier one, then you can just go with magic. But if you want a quick but a bit riskier path, then you can bring in Cosmic Ghost Rider for this path. So yeah, that's it from my side on this video, and I will see you guys soon in the next one.